have 254 Zeta save and 289 Omegas. Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, after a few days off to enjoy the family during these holidays at the end of 2023. Good to see everybody back here on the channel today. And I think this is a really important topic to discuss for 2024, the advantages that free-to-play accounts may still have over pay-to-play accounts. We're going to look at both my accounts here, starting with my pay-to-play account, where I'm spending $100 a week on Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. You can go check out that playlist. Then we'll look at my free-to-play account, where I'm doing things, I've been doing it for 3 years, and some of the advantages I got there. But before we do that, would you like to be a person who is loved and respected by all around you, who receives promotions at work, who always gets the girl or the guy, who always has beautiful, amazing things happen to them? Then don't be like 46.3% of people who are watching the channel while being unsubscribed. These people go to work and are yelled at daily by their bosses, no matter how well they're doing. These people are micromanaged into oblivion, but once you subscribe, your life changes, and things at work and life go better for you in life. So please subscribe today. And also, let's turn alerts on. I just looked at this, and we are below average. I hate being below average, except when it comes to height. I mean, I'm a small guy. What are you gonna do there? I can't fix that, but we can fix this. We can turn on alerts. We can turn on all notifications for the channel to make sure you're notified when a new video comes out. So make sure to like and subscribe, and hit that little bell button and turn on alerts today, and I promise you, your life will be a better life tomorrow and going forward. So, pay-to-play versus free-to-play in 2024. Well, this is my pay-to-play account, and you can see on here I've got all sorts of cool stuff that I've unlocked with the hyper lightspeed bundles. I can't keep my bundles correct, but lightspeed bundles. I'm only a year. How far am I into this count? I opened it in September, so I'm like a year and 3 months, almost a year and 4 months in this count. I've got a Star Killer team. You can see the whole Star Killer team basically here, aside from Palpatine, who is Relic 7. Then I got Jedi Training Rey, or Rey Scavenger, Old Ben, Mara Jade, Star Killer. I've gotten all those from packs, except Star Killer obviously had to go and unlock him. I've got my Galactic Legend Leia Organa that you watch me unlock. I'm a skosh away. I'm a hair away. I need 3 relic levels on Jedi Training Rey, and I need to relic Mon Mothma to relic 5, I think, and then boom, I'm gonna be farming for Jedi Master Luke. I've got CLS, I've got Imperial Troopers, I've got Jedi Knight Revan, I've got all of this cool stuff on the roster, but I wanted to show you the places where I'm really struggling. And you guys know this, and I'm not bringing newsflash, but so here's my first order team, right? So if you look at these guys, I don't have a Zeta on Hux. He really needs a Zeta to work. I don't have a Zeta on Sith Trooper. He needs a Zeta to really work there. I don't have a Zeta or Omicron on First Order TIE Pilot. Kind of that's okay. I mean, it would be pretty good for me now, but it would fade over time, fade pretty quickly. Same Captain Phasma. My guild is at 350 million, and we still use Captain Phasma teams in Territory Wars, so I don't have that Zeta and Omicron on Captain Phasma, but even worse than that, I have no mods on Captain Phasma. I don't really put her out there. I don't find her to be an effective Grand Arena team out there without the Omicron on First Order TIE Pilot. Even then, it's kind of questionable. Kylo Ren I don't really use a lot. I could get some mods on Kylo Ren, but let's take a look at what those mods might be. A lot of times you think of putting like sometimes a speed set, but mostly we think of offense and critical damage mods for Kylo Ren out there. And if we look at the mods I've got a lot of offense mods that I really could put on them. And I mean I could get these things equipped today, but now if I look at I'm lagging. Now look at this. Offense and protection, offense and defense. I don't know why I even have this mod. I don't know why I even have this mod. I'm going to sell it right now. Offense with a defense primary. That was a net loss there. So protection, crit damage. There's one I could actually put, but I've only got 3 speed. And if I go to enhance it, take a look at this, I can upgrade it so I can get to level 15. I can slice it 1 level, and then I'm out of slicing materials because I've got so many mods that I need to slice that I'm just really lacking mods on my characters at these levels. I've had these characters unlocked now for, and look at this, health, tenacity, defense again, tenacity. These aren't mods I really want to get for, I mean, potency would work on them. What I really want to get is, and I don't have much critical damage mods here, I really want to get like an offense set. I really like the offense. I could put the potency. We'll go ahead and drop this potency one on. There we go. I'll fix it later. What I'm trying to say is, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, and anybody else in the galaxy out there, Uncle Owens and Aunt Beru's lying burned by the side of the house. That went very dark in my mind, and I apologize. I don't have mods or Zetas for these characters. Let's take a look at my resistance. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat here. And this is pay to play. I'm buying Lightspeed bundles. A lot of cool things are in these bundles, but I'm unable to come out and really mod these characters the way that I want to and put the Zetas on them where I really want to. Make them usable characters. I don't have these guys, and again, this was true for Phasma stuff. Look at this. I haven't even upgraded these basic abilities yet. I've only got 11 Omegas right now. I have to be picky and choosy about where I put Omegas. Even Omegas on this kind of I have to put great deals of thought. Lots of thought into where I'm placing Omegas on character, because I'd love to have like a Resistance Hero Finn, Resistance Hero Poe, Finn leader, put Zori Bliss in there. I'd love to have that team running for sure. But I've got like BB-8 here who needs a Zeta right here. Not that one. He needs this one. Needs a Zeta when he attacks when. He attacks out of turn, he calls someone to assist. That's really giant here. I don't even have this Omega here that gives everybody advantage, critical chance up, and critical damage up, because I'm just not using that many resistance characters. These resistance characters are actually pretty useful. I really, truly would put them out there in defense or save them as an offense team in Grand Arena, but I just don't have all the Omegas or Zetas applied. I could use this Zeta here on Zori Bliss. It changes the entire team, but I just don't have the ability to apply this on my pay-to-play account. We can look a little bit more here with ships. I purchased the Rey bundles back in October. I purchased the Kylo bundle. It's called the BB-8 bundle at the time, but I purchased the Kylo bundle back in October. And if you look at where I am with ships, I haven't farmed. I have not farmed. Well, my alarm is going off. I forgot to turn my alarm. Dismiss. I haven't yet farmed the Radis to 5 stars. Well, I haven't even touched the finalizer yet, and I did not buy the finalizer pack because I already had First Order TIE Fighter and TIE Silencer at 7 stars. You guys know my first thing I did on this account was the Executor. I've already got the Bounty Hunter ships done for the finalizer. All I had left was Kylo Ren's command shuttle, and I wasn't going to spend the $10 or whatever, or 20. It was $20, I think, for the finalizer pack, just to get I can finish farming Kylo Ren's command shuttle, and I'm really kind of doing that at a normal pace because I'm sitting here without any Zetas on these teams aren't even usable yet on my roster, so why would I rush to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren when I won't even have 6 Zetas to apply to him and not fully prepared for him? So there are a lot of challenges in the new year, and if we look at the Resistance, we got the same story there. I've kind of Rey is probably my next Galactic Legend, but if you look at it, I got this pack, the Radis pack here in October, and I think I've done it 6 times since then. You get to do it once, twice. I may have done it an extra time at the beginning with some crystals, but then I stopped because, again, I'm just not ready to unlock Galactic Legend Rey. I don't have mods for her. If I have mods for her, I gotta pull them off from other characters, and I'll sacrifice mods on that other character, and then I just don't have the things necessary, the Zetas, Omicrons. I'm missing all sorts of stuff for these teams that I have paid to have the teams on the roster. Again, let's look at the Scoundrels. That's ships. Look at Scoundrels. I've unlocked IG-11 and Queel on this account, right? Where are they? Didn't I buy the Beskar Mando pack here? Oh, I clicked Resistance. You know, it's tough when you see Resistance and Scoundrel, it's very easy to misclick there. Like, Resistance, Scoundrel, the words are very similar, so when you see one or the other back to back, you might accidentally click Resistance instead of Scoundrel. So let's go ahead and click on Scoundrel and see what happens. So I did purchase these packs. I got Beskar Mando at 7 stars. I already had him. So I had these characters sitting here at like gear 9 or something, just enough to unlock Beskar Mando, but I haven't modded them yet because, again, I don't have any mods on this team. Not the arrows, I've got a lot of speed arrows. If we go to unassigned mods, okay? Let's take a square, okay? If I sort this by speed on my unassigned mods, My fastest mod is 16. No, that's actually not bad. But then I'm down to 10, 9. I got and 5 right here. I just don't have a lot of mods, and I don't have, as I've shown you, I don't have slicing materials to even benefit these mods. I don't want to do this on a 9-speed mod because I do have some of these. Let's see what I got here. I got enough for 3 of these. I'm just really lacking on materials for mods and mod upgrades, and this is the struggle of pay to play in 2024 and how it's going to be all year as more and more Lightspeed bundles come out. Now let's go look at my free to play account and where it's sitting right now. So this is my 3-year-old free to play account, and I realize not all free to play accounts are 3 years old, but we'll talk a little bit more about even like new free to play accounts as you're moving through the game. I just completed my Leviathan requirements. I've got them all done, and now I'm working on my my Inquisitors. You can see them there at the top of the row. Now here's the thing about working on my free-to-play account. I have never once gotten out ahead of my skis, meaning like when you're skiing, and I'm not a ski expert, when you're skiing and you get out ahead of your skis, you flip over, right? And I've never once gotten too far ahead of myself on free to play. I'm able to keep up with my mods, I'm able to keep up with my Zetas. I've always had all the Zetas for the team ready to go when I get the team unlocked. If you look here at my first order team, it was the first team I farmed here. I got all the Zetas I need. I got both Omicrons on here. Because I'm farming the characters at a more reasonable pace. What was my more recent? I'm able to keep up with these Zetas and Omicrons and mods and everything else. What was my most recent farm? I would say one of my most recent unlocks would be Darth Malgus on this account. And when I got Darth Malgus unlocked, it was straight to these mods. It was literally within a day or two, I had these mods ready. A health arrow at 17 speed. A health triangle at 17 speed, a health cross at 20 speed, a health circle at 13, 19 speed, 20 speed. I have these mods ready and good to go as soon as I get the characters, and I've actually kind of got some extra mods right now. I think I might show this off, and I could be wrong. But if I pull these mods out and I sort them by speed, and I go to my squares, I've got up here, this is a 20... How is this not on a character? How do I not have a 21 speed on a character? 13, 13, 13, 11, 11. I got a 6.10 speed mod. Critical chance. Does anybody really care about critical chance mods? 10 speed here. You know, and these aren't even fully developed. Like, I've got room to grow on these. If I look at my diamonds, it's a similar story. 15 speed, 13, 13. Lucky number 13, baby. Lucky number 13. I guess I've even gotten to the point where 13 speed mods aren't really all that exciting to me on my characters, and I just sit there and have them in reserve. If you look at my Zetas right now, let's go look at my Zetas right now, and this is again a free-to-play account. I realize you guys aren't all 3 years free-to-play, but I've had this experience from the very beginning on this account. From the moment I entered Grand Arena as a free-to-play account, I was ahead of hyperdrive accounts. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense to people because you get a lot of gear and a lot of character shards and hyperdrive accounts. But I had all the mods and all the Zetas, and they were really lacking on a lot of those. Didn't have a lot of direction. And when Grand Arena was more of matchup friendly when it first launched 3 years ago, and I had this account, I was beating people that had purchased the hyperdrive bundle in Grand Arena pretty easily because I had everything. You know, everything on my roster was themed. It was all very direct. It was all very dialed in. And you can see I got 3 Zetas on Maul. Where was I going to look at? I was going to look at Zetas. Yeah, let's look at Zetas. So let me pull up here. I think Seven Sister has a Zeta on her leader that I haven't done. There it is. I have 254 Zetas saved and 289 Omegas, and I've got 6,092 purples. You'll get there eventually. But I've got a lot of flexibility available to me on my free-to-play account, where my pay-to-play account, for people that are, you know, new or early game or even mid gamers that are starting to buy Lightspeed bundles, those pay-to-play accounts are really starting to lag behind, and you're not seeing an exit. You have no flexibility on those accounts, but free-to-play, I got a lot of flexibility here. A lot of flexibility. I will tell you, yesterday, I really wanted to relic my armorer, so yesterday I just took her to gear 13, and if you notice, it didn't really hurt me that much. I'm sitting here with, on my furnaces, guess what I got in there? 320 furnaces. Can you believe it? I got 226 cuffs. I've got, I don't know, 205 of these Mark 6 Athachem med packs, but you can never have enough of these. How am I doing this? I am hoarding gear. We'll talk more about hoarding in the coming weeks and days. I really want to get into that. It's really important to hoard gear as much as possible to be ready for your next farm. I got 436 of these squid Chirotechs, and I got think like not you. I know where my stuff is, by the way. You gotta know your roster. 173 of these laptops. That's not that many. Keeping your gear on hand. Now, how have I been able to do that? Well, I was farming Leviathan. And if you look at that Leviathan farm, I already had those characters, almost all of them, at 7 stars already. And I had most of them at gear 12. So as I got them to gear 13 and was just working on, I had to work on a bunch of relic levels, right? It took me like a month and a half to get all the relic levels I needed. And while I was doing that, I was just saving up all my other gear because I can, as a free-to-play account, I'm dialing in on one farm at a time and one farm only. I'm not focusing on 2, 3, 4, 5 farms. I can't do that. So I'm dialing on one farm only. I'm saving up the gear. I'm hoarding it in as I move forward. And I'm sitting here with all these characters now. I worked on the just relic levels. Now I'm a little bit shy right now on signal data. My signal data game is very weak. I get 0 gray, 5 green, 3 blue. I'm behind on that. Granted, but everything else on my account, I am way, way, way ahead of my pay-to-play account as far as Zetas, as far as gear, as far as Omicrons, as far as everything else. I mean, look at these characters, all these Sith that I just spent a month and a half upgrading. I got all my Zetas on Sith Eternal. I dropped 6 Zetas on Sith Eternal the very first day I had them. I took him to Relic 4 or 5 the very first day I had him. Free-to-play, as a free-to-play player, you can save up all the stuff, and I get it. You're not going to be able to farm as fast, but you're able to save up, and you can just hammer these characters. As soon as you unlock these big characters, boom, you got all the gear, you got all the Zetas, you're good to go. Every single time I unlock characters in this roster, I am set, and I got a very much a dialed-in roster. There's no fluff on my roster. Other than characters I have to farm, like Krennic and stuff to get Sith Eternal, there's no characters sitting here that don't serve a purpose on my roster. Whereas on my pay-to-play account, all those Resistance characters, all those First Order characters, I'm not really doing anything with them yet because I don't have many places to. I could probably relic Gideon. That'd be a nice little relic on this roster. But I'm trying to think of Jabba down the road and Jedi Master Luke next. There's Mon Mothma, the ever famous one. That was an example too. My son got on my account, and if you were here and witnessed it, and I don't have it on this. I don't have it. Let's see if I can pull over here. My son jumped on my account, and a little shrinky nooch there, and he relic Mon Mothma here. It's one of my master's intros. Let's pop that there for a minute. So my son jumped. I went to the bathroom, said, "Hey, can you watch my account for a minute? Just keep an eye on it. Do whatever, play around, but don't touch anything." That makes no sense, but he relicked Mon Mothma one day on this account because I just had so much stuff sitting around. It was easy to do. Now, you don't want to let your kids touch your account if you got a bunch of gear saved. I've learned that the hard way, but you know, that's the benefit of being free to play in 2024. It's going to be that you are able to stay ahead of the game and keep when you get new characters, you're ready to gear level them up. Whereas on my pay-to-play, I am not. Let me know your struggles. How are you finding a way to deal with the Zeta and the gear crunch and everything else that you got going on with your pay-to-play accounts? Or what am I missing here? Am I not understanding something? Because it feels very much this way to me, and I feel like I mean, I'm managing a bunch of free-to-play accounts. It does feel that way to me. It just pretty, yeah, the beginning of the game is more difficult. I get it. Then as you move in the game, it becomes a little bit easier. You can save up a bunch of stuff. So there you go. 2024, the advantages of free-to-play over pay-to-play. Have a great day. I will talk to everybody soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.